Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got this S3 8V in with us for our Stage 2 package. On this particular car we're fitting a Revo front mount intercooler, an R600 intake package, a Scorpion sports car downpipe along with some NGK race plugs. Once the parts are installed, the car's going to be going into the dyno cell and we're going to be doing our Stage 2 ECU and TCU tuning. So let's get the car apart and let's get cracking. Right guys, so the intercooler's installed now and it's time to fit the R600 intake package. This intake is one of our favourite intakes for the MQB platform. It performs the best and it's got a good, well-designed air box to keep intake temps down. So with this kit, comes with the racing line turbo muffler delete. So the stock turbo in the compressor cover has a turbo muffler. So this is designed to basically quieten down the noise from the turbo, but what that causes is turbulent air through the boost pipes, and it's actually slightly restrictive. So Racing Line have made this one-piece billet version, which is basically a straight through hole, so you don't get any of that turbulent air and you've got increased airflow. So that actually does aid turbo response, and same with the turbo elbow. So the stock turbo elbow is plastic, and you can see that it's very restrictive on that bend. With the Racing Line one, we've got a nice flowing 90 degrees, so the air going into the turbo can travel at a decent pace and it's not getting bottlenecked by that disgusting bend on the stock one. So that being said, we're going to get the intake installed on the car and then go from there, so let's go. Right guys, so we're going to start making a base map for the S3. This on screen, what you can see is a full DAMOS file for a CMOS 18. That is the ECU that controls the S3 engine. As you can see, it's got like 50,000 maps inside this ECU, inside this DAMOS file. We don't need to use all them files. So what I can do is I can make a tuner map pack for myself to make the tuning process a lot easier and easier to navigate the maps. So I've made a base file. I've limited the boost pressure to 1.5 bar just to get this car up and running on the dyno, make sure it doesn't have any issues, make sure it's holding boost properly, and then from that point then we can start optimizing it. We'll raise the boost pressure, add some timing where needed, and we can go from there. So we can get this base map downloaded, exported out of Windows, flashed onto the ECU on the car, and then we can do the first baseline pull on the tune. So let's go. Right guys, we've finished tuning the S3 now. This particular car ran 315 brake horsepower and 313 foot-pound of torque in stock form. Obviously then we've done our Stage 2 package with the Revo intercooler, R600 intake package, a Scorpion sports car downpipe and some race plugs. First of all, I made a base file for this car, just running at 1.5 bar, nothing too crazy. Stock ignition timing, just as a base, just to see where we are with this particular car. And straight off the bat, it made 380 brake horsepower and 410 foot-pound of torque. Since then, we've done another 6 or 7 revisions, so dialing in the boost curve, optimising the ignition timing and fueling. So we've managed to add a bit of timing, sent the boost up to about 1.65 bar at peak, and it's making good power. So the weather is on its side today. It's actually snowing outside, so the intake temps are nice and cool in here today. We finished off on 408 brake horsepower and 432 foot-pound of torque. So the way that we like to tune these cars, we like to try and keep the same torque curve as a factory car. Don't want it spiky. It just wants to be like the stock car, but way faster. And that's basically what we've done. So you can see here the thick line, that's the torque curve. The thin line here is the stock torque curve, so you can see how that actually follows the stock boost profile and stock torque profile from the stock car. From stock to where we are now, we've gained 120 foot-pound of torque and 100 brake horsepower at peak, which is crazy. Just from a few bolt-on parts. To put it into perspective, we tuned a 8P RS3 just yesterday, Stage 1, and this is making more power, more torque than that, and it's obviously a cylinder less and weighs a lot less. So all in all, the car's very happy, it's behaving, and the tune is complete. So as always, we're going to take it out on the road, test it on the road, data log it, make sure the gearbox is happy on shifts, and just make sure everything that's happening here is happening outside on the road. With this being a newer car, from factory they've disabled all the sound tuning maps, so in the older cars you've got a sport mode crackle and it kind of misses it. So now that we've tuned it, we've added the sport mode burble back in, so it's got a 2-second overrun and it's only a soft burble. It's not no sonic boom flame tune, that's not us. It's listed OEM plus sport mode crackle, just like they do intended from factory. So we'll put some clips before and after, so you can hear that in action. So this is the final data log from the S3 that ran 408 brake horsepower. We're just going to go through the data and basically show you what we see. So first off, we can see that the boost set point is 2.6 bar on this run, and the actual boost is meeting that target perfectly. The IS38 struggles to make the boost at the top end because basically it's too small. So we do drop a little bit of boost, 100 millibars, towards the top of the RPM range, but we've got 100% throttle opening throughout the whole run, so we don't have any torque intervention. Lambda is flat at 0.82 throughout the whole run, and this flat line here is actually 0, so that's the knock correction for each individual cylinder, so we don't have any knock correction at all, which is what we like to see. Revo intercooler is doing its job, so we only see 13-degree intake temperatures throughout the pull, which is good. That's what we like to see. Last but not least, the short-term fuel trims on this car never go above 3%. Basically that means that the ECU is not having to correct the fueling to meet its target lambda, which makes the engine happy. So we've been out, driven the car out on the road, It's doing everything it should be doing, as much as we can test anyway, because it's snowing outside. But we've got enough data to basically confirm that we're happy with this. The data from the dyno is perfect, and the data that we got on the road is perfect. So this car is tuned and complete. If you've got an S3 or anything on this platform and you want it to go faster, get in touch and let us see what we can do for you. And as always guys, if you've liked this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.